Buddies, American Pushpa here. Let's review this long blockbuster. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Buddies and Blockbuster. As you know, I'm not your host AJ. I'm American Pushpa, and I have my Queso with me here. Queso, how are you?
Doing good.
Before I get trolled more, I need to put this down. I'm already going to get trolled for my looks, but you all should know why I'm this way. We are here to review the much anticipated, much loved, and a movie that we have all been looking forward to, Pushpa 2. Before we dive into the movie review and the details and stuff like that, I've got to request this. Look at the dedication I'm doing for you guys. So we are super close to getting 1,000 followers on our Instagram page. And I noticed that you guys are not following us there. So please, American Pushpa's request is for you to go and follow our Insta page. Also continue to subscribe. We're close to 12,000 subscribers as well. Get us over the board. Get us more followers. Hey, Kesava, how does your American Pushpa look?
Wildfire.
That's what I want to hear. But guys, let's dive into this. I know there's a lot of reviews out there, a lot of people either liking it, loving it, hating it, trolling it. But for those of you who have watched the trailer, you all should basically take that as the main expectation and watch the movie. The director has done a good job, and Allu Arjun has done a good job in saying, look, this is what you're going to get. And that's exactly what's there in the movie. It's over the top, masala, drama, action, nothing much in the story. That's Pushpa 2. Based on that, I think, in my opinion, the main drawback of this movie is the runtime. This movie is 3 hours and 15 minutes. Now, when you hear 3 hours, you always think about a movie being historical, epic, like, Bahubali or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. Those have like huge storylines and sequences that require a movie to be so long. This movie didn't have to be that long. There's a lot of fights, a lot of scenes that should have been eliminated. But I've got to say this, Allu Arjun, IconStar, you've done the best job in this movie. Your hard work over the past 5 years is definitely showcased because there's a reason why it's called Pushpa. This is your movie. Whether it's your elevation, your mask, your style, and the way he walks, we all know it carries from the first original part to this movie, but on a whole new level. And the one thing that I'm not seeing a lot of folks saying is his dancing moves in all the songs. I think he's carrying everybody, literally. He's carrying everybody in the songs. And that one sequence that everybody's talking about is the Jatra scene. When that happened, my mind was blown because the moves, the expression that he has, the eyes, and the ruthlessness that he showcases in that sequence alone, that piece itself should get him an award. So pure and so raw. And I think only Allu Arjun can pull this off. And he did a great job. For me, in my opinion, most of the sequels, they don't live up to the original. The original is always going to have the pure storyline, the pure arc. Pushpa's storyline in the original was he doesn't have anything, he wants to be something. In Pushpa 2, he's something. What his ego and pride wants to be is showcased in the best way possible. It's next level in most of the times. But there's also my favorite boy, who I love, FahadFaasil, Fafa. In Pushpa 1, he had a small role. It was a tease to 2. He's kind of the main antagonist in this movie. You might like him, you might also hate him based on your preference. Because if you're thinking that he's going to be menacing, serious, and just wants destruction, because that's how he was in the first part, right? They've taken a different approach. It worked for me. I didn't mind it. My Kesava, Bob, he didn't like it. He's going to tell you. But the change here is instead of being a serious villain, he's more of a combination of crazy, psychotic, and comedic. They've combined all those components, and that's what you get. The reason on why I like it is because the banter between Shekhawat and Pushpa is the storyline. He does stuff to annoy him. He annoys the hell out of the other guy. It's pride, ego, clash. The cat and mouse game like Tom and Jerry, along with showcasing Pushpa's rise and how he has a lot more money. He wants to go, like he says, international, right? Bits and pieces there, and a couple of other supporting characters with politics is included, but their sequences and their spotlight is way too less compared to the original. Sreeleela is also a lot more less in terms of screen time, mainly because the first part, he needs to win her over. There's a love story, right? The only thing that I liked about Sreeleela was there's one scene where she stands up for Pushpa, stands up for her husband, and that was really good. Aside from that, she's basically, I told this to Bob, the animal lady in this. face. The same character that she played in Animal is showcased here in a Sreeleela kind of behavior. The other piece was related to the runtime itself. The last climax scene. If you ask me one thing that didn't work out for me in this movie, is the last climax scene. There's this huge fight, and that whole climax is about 20 minutes long. To me, that should have been cut. Everything is over the top when it comes to fights and stuff, and all the other fight sequences up until then was perfect. I was growing with it. I had fun. But that climax scene where my IconStar suddenly becomes a vampire and starts to bite people, he honestly reminded me of Edward from Twilight. He became that. I honestly feel right after the Kissik song, 10 minutes after that, if they would have cut it and stopped the movie, it would have been perfect timing because that would have been in the 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 40-minute mark. Outside of the runtime, outside of those over the top scenes and a couple of components that draggy, I enjoyed Pushpa 2. Mainly because it's the Allu Arjun show, and I love his presence, his elevation, and the back and forth between him and FahadhFaasil. I enjoyed that banter for the most part. And like I said, if you saw the trailer, you're going to get exactly that. That's the expectation of this movie. The one piece I wanted to mention is the first part had awesome songs. It went viral. This part had songs, but it was not as catchy and impactful. Like sreeleela did an awesome job in Kissik. She's definitely really steamy hot, but nothing compared to my Samantha. Samantha is still the OG, and the other Pushpa song was really good. But overall, a great time. I had a blast. For the folks who are expecting too much on the storyline, tamper it down. Just go and enjoy what Allu Arjun brings to the table. And if you just go with that mindset, you will love this movie. In terms of a rating, American Pushpa needs to give AJ no option. But AJ, I need to be in the 3 to 3.5 range. But now I need to put this glass again. Sorry for the trolling, buddies. Hey, Kesava, I mentioned about my own movie. My Anna did so much in terms of working hard. What do you think of Pushpa 2? You're ready, Garu. Please understand that. Think what did you like and what didn't you like? And keep in mind, you can't pile up more bad things. It should all be good. All right? If it's bad, together.
Okay, American Pushpa. I'll give the positive review. So positive is like one man show Allu Arjun. Apart from that, Sukumar has done his mark was there, but not completely. Like some of the shots, introduction, interval, and the climax. So his performance was like top notch. Apart from that, nothing. They didn't utilize Fafa because at least in the first part, that cop had a little bit. He caught Pushpa. He will beat him. He'll put it in the jail and everything. He shown something like so many things are there. In the Fafa character, they didn't. I don't know why they didn't utilize him properly. But if they would have utilized him, it would have been more better. And the movie ended. Part one ended like they showed so powerful that Shikawat is going to be like powerful, and even Pushpa is going to be powerful. Like the egoistic clashes will be there. In the second part, what we are saying it is like thing is like a comedian. Is they made him like a comedy. Few things are good, but I expected more. Like more between them. And Rashmika, I guess she should come out of animal character. Then only the things will work out for her. Not always that same character arc. They didn't utilize any side characters properly. The Sunil or other politicians. I know that they are trying to tell us that Pushpa is like so great. Nobody can beat him. When you are telling that nobody can touch him and all, I don't think so. That swimming pool scene before that, whatever he does, that should have not been there. And politician Jagapati Babu. These people also was like, okay, they are there, not much impact. The story itself didn't move at all. Like still, I'm stuck in the part one itself. The story same. What's the story he has shown? The same thing is here. Something they should have taken a little bit forward the story, and we would have got to know, okay, something is going to happen even in that part three. So stop making the parts. If you really wanted to make something, go with the web series. But in the movies, when it comes, make sure that we are getting something. And my overall rating will be 2.75.
Right. Like Kesava, your buddy's movie, you're giving 2.7. Hey, used to be higher, boy. Otherwise, you know what will
Okay.
happen.
For Allu Arjun, we can go for 3.25.
Mm. Mm. The fact that you're giving 3.25, my heart is going to come outside. Yeah, guys. So as you can see, it was a good, entertaining movie. Just give it a watch. Don't have any much expectation around storylines. Just go have fun. And if you're a Allu Arjun fan, this is for you. This is a good fan service just for you guys. I've done all this craziness for that. I hope you love the review. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you don't, American Pushpa would come back and do together.